All right, 1, 2, 3, and we're live. Great. Okay. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. Here we go. You guys ready?
Ready.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
It's working.
Okay, pull up my show notes. It's working. It's working. Hello, fellow Galactors. I'm Todd Hoffman, and this is WSTR Galactic Public Access, a Star Wars podcast. Welcome to episode 359. We hope you're doing well with everything going on. We want to continue to be a platform that promotes positivity, life, hope, and all the Star Wars along the way. And today, we're going to be continuing our march. Well, actually, we're here. We're here. Today, we are going to be celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace. We couldn't do this alone today, so I brought in two very special guests. Welcome to the show, Luke Blanchett and Josh Gregoire. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having
It's awesome to be here.
We go way back, and you'll find out very soon that we go way back, before the dark times, before the Empire. So before we talk about taxation of trade routes, let's see who we got here. Miss Carla Jackalone.
I'm ready.
You're ready?
Let's do this. Yes,
Let's
I'm excited.
do this.
This was my first Star Wars movie in the theater, so I'm excited.
This is great. Yes, we're gonna have we have a younger generation, older generation. We got it all here. It's gonna be great. Carla's here. Heather has a night off, and so does Aaron. So we apologize for any technical difficulties and any tangents that we go on because, like I said, we go way back.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay. Carla, can you do the honors and tease the news for us?
Yes, sir. I have three little tidbits for the news tease. First is collect them all. Every single one.
Everyone.
And I have bounty hunters. We don't need their kind here.
Oh, that sounded very British. Good.
Yes. And then we have your starting lineup. Whatever that means.
For your Chicago Bulls.
We'll find out.
No, I'm sorry.
So yeah.
All right, we'll get out your
chat more later.
Yeah, get your decoder rings out and and just put that in your pocket for later because we'll be talking about that very soon. But without any further ado, we're going to go into our main topic. All right, I don't know, guys, if you feel your seat getting a little heat, a little Mustafar heat. But you're on the proverbial hot seat. So I'm gonna start with Luke. How did you get into Star Wars?
Wow, I really wonder, considering my first name is actually from the movie. So, there is a there is an apostle of Jesus that's called Luke too. So it could have been that, but it is a combination of both. No, great question. So, my parents went and saw it, and my dad came out and he's like, my mind is blown. I want to go back in and see it again, and this was before they were talking about having kids, right? And then shortly thereafter, after they were married, it was like, hey, Luke, that name just really sticks with me from my dad's standpoint, Star Wars connection. My mom's like biblical, right? Makes sense.
Makes sense.
So let's do it. Let's go with it, And so that's really how it came about. And it's just been ever since. And of course, my dad, always uses, I am your father references and all of those fun things that come along with the name. And, but it's fun. And, maybe that's a suggestion for a future podcast. Maybe the dads and get like the older generation.
The old school.
When it came out. Yeah, that might be a fun one too, like dad and son combo or something maybe. But,
I was thinking of all the people that were named after Star Wars characters. That would be a super fun. Hello, my name is Ahsoka.
So what was your? Okay, so that's how your dad got into Star Wars. How did you get into Star Wars? Like, what was what was your first movie? What do you remember as a kid?
I was just born into it. I mean, I really was. Like, I remember the first time seeing like Empire Strikes Back, and I had a notebook and I was drawing like R2D2 and like C3PO, and
Nice.
it was just that is my earliest memory of like really saying this is something that's just amazing, right? And it just dialed me in ever since, and I've just been hooked. I mean, like I said, since before I was born, in a sense, I've been connected to it in some way or another.
Right.
And that's really it. That's really it. That was really the first time. So
that's awesome. All right, Josh, same question. How'd you get into Star Wars?
Oh man, I remember 25th of May, 1977. I was stirring in my mother's womb that day. She's like, "What's going on?" Like, this is so the biblical reference that I could tie it back. It was kind of like a Mary coming to visit Elizabeth and John the Baptist.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
It was just like
dancing
that.
in the womb. Dancing in the womb. You were
It completely was. Yeah. So she's like trying to figure this out. She's talking to people, and then she found out. Oh, it was really so. Way back then, but it was. It's kind of crazy because I eased into it. Empire Strikes Back was probably when I started to get some action figures. Like, nobody was like sending like action figures to a toddler at that point, but I would get a couple, and then the movies are floating around, and it was probably between Empire and
The Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it was between those two that really I started to watch the first one, watch these first two episodes. I'm getting more action figures. I'm starting to get hooked. Certainly after all of the episodes came out, now action figures. I've started to get a little bit of a collection, but we didn't have a ton of money. So I was usually a little bit, either I got secondhand ones or what have you.
Garage sales, maybe.
Oh man. Yeah, exactly. And I had a ton out in the sandbox too, that I wish that I could scoop back up and dust off and put back in the package. But would love, I had friends that I loved going over to, I had a couple of friends that had like he had AT-ATs and TIE fighters, X-Wings, and man, that was a blast going over. I want to go over there, and I wouldn't even play with the kid. I'm playing with all of his figs.
Go away.
And exactly. I remember feeling like this sense of like, man, I really wish that I was able to get more of these figures. You know, some kids wanted tennis shoes. I wanted them. Then, and I know I'm probably jumping ahead a little bit, but then Phantom Menace starts to come get ready. And I'm like,
okay, we're jumping way ahead.
We did, because now like new figures are coming out.
Okay,
like,
yes.
I can get figures. Like,
You're
can
an
go
adult
to the store
now
with my money, and I'm like, I'm starting to crank out action figures and my little cool finger skateboard things, and it was great. You know, it was awesome.
Tech decks.
Wait, you're playing tech decks and buying.
I could do finger ollies with my tech decks. So, and then,
oh my gosh,
I'm feeling pretty good about the fact that other like 20 some odd year olds are going to come over to my house and go like, I wish that I had this collection. So, and,
I don't think anyone's ever said that. I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Well, then, as I'm feeling pretty good about myself, I meet this guy named Todd Hoffman, and I get invited over to his house, and you can see behind him.
Yeah.
I see these action figures that he busts out with. I'm like, oh. Like, all of my childhood insecurities like came like bubbling to the surface, and just when I'm feeling about at my lowest about my self-worth, he says, yeah, I've got like 2 additional of each one of these still in the package in those tubs over there.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah. You were
like,
very
I don't even
defeated.
care who this guy was.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come over and hang out with his figs.
Yeah, you were a little defeated. Yeah, you were a little defeated, but that's okay. So you fast forward. You went full hyperspace from kid to 99 and like one jump there. So
Well, and it was interesting because all my friends started to fade away from, like, they just started to drop off from Star Wars, and I just never did. Like, I was just like, how are you guys still not talking about this? Like, why are we still not playing with this stuff?
Right. Exactly.
And then it got a little bit lonely for a while until I ended up finding some other folks from across the galaxy.
Right.
Shared this passion.
Right. So we met at work. You guys knew each other. You guys knew each other for a long time. You guys were hot friends for a long time there. And
our grandmothers were friends, so that's how way back we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, his grandmother's maiden name is my last name, right?
Yeah, we're related somewhere.
It's weird. So there you go.
Like
There's a little personal information.
Right.
Somewhere between Noah and our grandparents. There's a connection.
Somewhere a connection. So you guys roomed together. You guys were working at the same place, and I think I met Luke first. Mm-hmm. So we hit it off right away. So it was like RC cars, wrestling, and
WrestleMania, baby.
Star Wars, and so that's how we met. And then, unfortunately, my other friend Micah could not be here tonight, but shout out to Micah. So we were basically, I don't know, Goon Squad or something. I don't know. We were we were hanging out a lot. Goon Squad. So so we had this bright idea, like, as Phantom Menace was building. You guys remember the build? I mean, it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
it was huge.
Yes.
Yeah. It was huge.
The trailers coming out. Yeah. Watching, trying to find
Apple QuickTime, baby. Apple QuickTime.
Well, and so I remember, like, you really got my blood boiling, Todd, because we were leaving. No, like in a good way. Like I was super pumped because we were leaving a restaurant or something, and you had bought me one of the pre-release of the. Remember, there was 4. You had 4 figs before Phantom Menace came out. Yeah, and you're like, "Oh, hey man, I got you one," and I was like, "This is so cool!" Like I got chills because it's like it's back. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right. For me, like that was like the moment that I'm like, okay, it's actually real now. Like we're actually getting new movies, and then it was just again all those feelings back from when I was a kid too. Just were like all coming back. It was awesome.
Yeah, and we were very smart back then. So like, I think I read or we saw something on the internet about like some dude was hanging out at the Chinese Man Theater or something. Yeah. Do you remember that? Like he been
there for like a month or something stupid.
He waited in line to get the tickets, and then as soon as he got the tickets, he just stayed in line for like till the movie came out.
Yeah,
he was camping there. Yeah,
and I was just like, we could do that, right? For like a day, like a couple hours,
Yeah. So, and that's kind of where it all came about.
Yeah. I was just like, I think we could pull something off for like a little bit, right? So I don't remember. I mean, I don't think we had a plan. I just like, let's just show up after work and then we'll figure it out, And we had like a bunch of, I don't know. I think we had like 20 tickets or something like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and I remember leaving work. And fun fact,
already, I love fun facts.
Yes. The theater we were going to had just changed out all of the seating in the theater. If you guys remember the story.
They weren't done changing out the seats yet.
Like they're still bolting stuff down a couple hours before they were going to let people in. We were there when the van pulled up with the video, with the tape, bringing it into the theater, sort of thing. And because we were all first in line, as we go in there, the guy who's finishing, ratcheting in the last seat, I'm like, where is the center seat in the theater? And he's like, it's here. And I'm like, come on, guys. This is it. This is the center of the universe within this theater for the movie. Right. Let's go, And so fun fact there.
That was a fun fact. Yeah. So it was a
no. It was fun.
It was fun. A lot of stories. Did we leave? Okay, I'm trying to remember because I'm older.
Yeah.
Right? Did we leave work on like that day, and then we waited all night until the next day when it opened, or did we only?
So remember
a midnight release.
So it's a 12:01 release. Remember back in the day, yeah.
Right.
These kids today, they don't know about waiting in line for a release. So
I'm just trying to think. Did we?
I'm not that young. I'm not that young. I did my midnight releases with my Lord of the Rings movies. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See, that's perfect.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. Yeah.
I think we left work I think we clocked in and we left. and we went right to the theater and we waited all day.
I know for a fact we were not working very much that day. So I'm like, it's got to be 4:00 now, But
and I'm like telling people I got to leave work. I got to go because we're going to watch the movie. Well, doesn't it come out tomorrow? It's like, well, it's a midnight release, and they're like, yeah, but that's still like 14 or 18 hours away or something. I'm like,
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah,
I was not responsible adult at that point. So
yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Nice.
It's okay.
That's all right.
Like, I'm going to see Star Wars. Yay!
No school for me.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's where we were just coordinating. Like people are like at 12:01. I'm like, heck yeah, we're doing this, man. We're doing this. So, but that's the thing. We didn't, we just went there, and then we're like, well, where are we gonna sit? And we really didn't think too far ahead. We just started calling people. Bring us some lawn chairs.
Could you go get something to eat for us? We didn't have food.
We had nothing. We had the snacks. The sun's beating in my face. I'm getting dehydrated. Maybe we should get some water or something. But yeah, I think I don't know. Somebody brought us
awesome
Jimmy John's
windbreaker on.
You don't have the newspaper clipping? I was expecting you to have the newspaper clipping, Todd. Come on, man.
I do.
Oh, the image.
The picture's got to be on Facebook because it pops up every once in a while. You got to pull that up for people to see how young we look.
Well, here I'll show how young we were here.
Oh, there it is.
Look at us, young.
Look at that.
Look at those young whippersnappers.
The one thing that slays me, the one thing that slays me about this picture is why am I holding my knee? I don't know why. I am. I'm just holding my knee. I don't know.
Cool pose.
It is.
But that is Luke's windbreaker. Yeah. So Micah's on the left. She's not here, but yeah. We also had a former wrestler break his chair.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Remember that? That was
WWF.
What?
WWF
wrestler. one bad gang or one man gang, or he was all 400 pounds of something, and he also needed a little time to sit, and he's like, can I sit down? And Michael's like, yeah, sure. And he broke the chair immediately.
Oof.
I think it's these rubber band chairs, just and it just the aluminum legs just said, "I give." It's tapping out. The chair was tapping out within 5 seconds.
He
ate our food too.
He did eat our food. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
it's like I'm a wrestler. I'm like, okay, well, you're eating all our food, bro. So yeah,
you're in Kankakee.
Yeah. No. Right, waiting for Star Wars. Yes, we have that one. This is us in line. Yeah, what we have, we have a bunch of stuff by our feet, so I think we got food or something.
They kept bringing us stuff. Well, okay, and then also this is not a good neighborhood. So so there's that too. So the police realizing that we're there, these idiots, these 4 guys are sitting in front of the thing. They started to put more guys on patrol to make sure that they kept going around to make sure we were safe too.
Yeah, but there's more to the story. There's more. So we're just 4 dudes just saying it out there. I mean, and people are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "We're waiting for the movie." I was like, "When's it start?" 12:01. They're like, "That's like 8 hours from now." I'm like, "I don't care." So we were there a long time by ourselves, like a long
You're like,
time.
yeah, and
Yeah. But then, so where the theater's at, there was like an apartment. There's like apartment buildings, like
the door's
above.
right behind you, Todd, in that picture.
Yes.
Those are the doors they used to go in and out of their apartments. Yep.
Yeah. And so this guy comes out. And he's like, "What's going on here?" I was like, "Well, we're waiting in line for Star Wars." And he's like, "This reminds me of Woodstock."
Yeah, man.
And he had this really weird laugh. It was. He probably sat with us for like an hour, easy, just talking about
50 minutes too long.
Yeah, it was like he was talking about like his camper, or we needed to get a camper, and reliving Woodstock, and oh my gosh, it was
so.
Yeah.
Do we like how PG is this? Because we know that there's like a slight add-on to his award.
You can go ahead. It's fine. Okay. It's fine.
So he's wearing cut-off shorts,
like Daisy Dukes.
Really, that are really high, right? And he's not wearing any underwear. So let's just say that the boys were just free.
They weren't Daisy Dukes. They were loose. They're just.
And,
yeah. Well, they were denim ripped jeans. They were like real, like they weren't designer short jeans. They are just like his knees. Like he just ripped these jeans, but like
Yeah,
that's no asteroid.
I never forgot. I never forget.
Oh man, you're making me hot.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. That was. Yeah. That was fun.
But the crowd didn't like start showing up to like after 7. So there was like a good chunk of time where we're just hanging out. And it started really picking up. As you can see, there's like people lining up now, but like I think that was more like 10 o'clock or even.
Does that have a timestamp on it on the bottom, or is it just the date?
That's just the date. That's from like 5/18/99, man. So yeah, we got that. The here we are. We're 1, 2, 3. That's what we're trying to do there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then the marquee just said Star Wars.
Yeah,
we saw them put that up, which was kind of cool. So yeah, it was it was a good time.
The guys showing up at like 3 or 4 hours ahead of time, bragging that they got there early, and they're like, "Oh yeah, well those guys have been here for a little bit longer." Yeah.
So we get all kind of, and then like you said, the seats were coming in, everything's coming in. They let us use the bathroom, which was so nice of them. But yeah, we were like, okay, let's and then they let us. I remember they let us in at like 11. Mm-hmm. And by that time it's like fever pitch. And the one thing I do remember is like a guy dressed up as Yoda. And somebody else lightsaber fighting on the stage. You remember that?
Yes.
There were some lightsaber battles going on out in the parking lot, in the street. Yeah. It was getting crazy.
Yeah, people were
into the theater.
Yeah, people were driving by honking horns and like playing Star Wars music, so
good times.
Was not very good.
But the guy had a Yoda outfit on. He had like the robe and the mask, and he's waddling around on his knees fighting the other guy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was the best. But
yeah,
wouldn't you think that theater was fit like 500 people? It was pretty big.
Yeah, probably.
Paramount's pretty big.
That sounds about right.
It was sold out. It was definitely sold out.
Yeah. For sure.
So the hype was real. We get there. We get to see the movie. So Your initial thoughts after the movie, Josh. What did you think after you saw Phantom Menace?
There's all kinds of good stuff. Like I was I was fired up that it was back. Like Luke, you had said it. Like Star Wars is like back. Like it's
back.
There's just such a drought this long season, wandering in the wilderness, seemingly without hope or purpose. And now like we were giving it back. So I was fired up about that. Visually, it was great. Like it was, I really loved it. I remember just the graphics and thinking through that. There were certain elements that I might talk about a little bit later here that really captured me. The action scenes, like they just kept playing over and over in my head. I was like wanting to go back in and I wanted to go back in and watch those again, the battle scenes. So it was good. There was actually any critiques or whatever that some people might have had, I didn't have the same kind of ferocity around them. That's a word.
That's a word, right? I think so.
Yeah, because people were. Yeah, there were some haters.
Thank God. Thank the maker we didn't have Twitter back then. I'll tell you that much. Right.
Oh, right. Overall, though.
Or social media, period.
Social media, period. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you were happy.
Started getting blown.
Yeah,
I was happy. My mind
happy.
just started opening up. Like, where is this thing going?
Gonna
go?
Yeah.
And then I was just flat out, like, almost a moment of like depression. It was another 2 years until the next movie. Like, I wanted another one now. I didn't want to wait any longer. I've already waited.
Right.
Like
we waited
16
years. Yeah, 16 years. So
yeah. So
Luke, what was your initial thoughts?
I mean, I think I kind of have to go with what Josh was saying there, just with the special effects and the colors and like, when they go to Jar Jar's, home and just all of that, it was all new, right? I mean, that was a whole new technology that they were rolling out.
Yeah.
And that's why the movie theater had to be upgraded to be able to support all of that. And
the
projector they were using and everything because it was like the latest and greatest from Skywalker Ranch, right?
Right.
So, I mean, the visual effects definitely captured me and like really sucked me into it. But then, not really expecting like Darth Maul, to be taken out, right? I mean, I think that was a shocker for me because I'm like, okay, I think this is gonna be like a main character that's gonna be carried over, and just
he was in the marketing, like Maul was like everywhere,
Yes. So fun fact, I actually have a fig of Darth Maul
second
signed
fun fact
by Ray Parks. Yes, signed by Ray Parks. From one of the Rosemont Horizon things we did. So there you go. But but that whole scene, like with Obi-Wan and just the anger that he had and how he wanted to take care of them all and just that
visceral,
whole scene and everything just really sucked me in. And I was like, but then I had so many more questions when it was over. Like, I think I remember us standing outside the theater for like 15 minutes. Like, all right, who's the emperor? Is it that guy that's the senator? There's always two. So who's the other one? Maul's dead. Like, I have so many more questions than answers. And like Josh said, now I got to wait 3 years to hear anything more. Like, this is just wrong. And I'm upset, but I love the movie. And that's kind of where it was like It was great. It was great. I mean, just being able to say, you know what, though, it's back. And that was key.
Yeah.
And I'm around for it.
Yeah, exactly. Carla, do you remember going and seeing The Phantom Menace?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess just being so young, right? Just Luke and Josh, just so you have a little bit of background. I was introduced to Star Wars by my aunt who, fanatic, like had all the figures, all the Legos. Like I would go to her house and it was just like, I would get so excited to hang out with my aunt because she would be like, let's go open this box. And like, what's in this box? So she had everything. So I knew the original trilogy before seeing Phantom Menace. So like I had the whole like build up, not time wise, but just story wise. I had the whole build up. And so she took me to go see it. And yeah, I just remember being excited, not only like for me, but like watching her see it and her being excited for it too. So I just, to me, it was perfect in every way. I didn't have any of that criticism because, my brain wasn't at that, developmental place.
You weren't at the developmental.
Like, this sucks. This thing sucks. And that thing sucks. So yeah, I mean, I would say like it was like an obsession for quite some time. Like Toys R Us visits, grabbing those, those action figures, the Legos. I had actually wait, can I screen share, Todd?
You sure can. You just hit that share button.
Oh wait, here, wait. Yeah, let's see. Because I did pull up the picture. Todd, you probably know what this is.
Oh, I love this picture. I hope you are sharing the right picture. Yes, I love this picture.
Let's see.
So while you're pulling that up, quick question. Since you're the younger generation, had you watched 4, 5, and 6 before you went to 1? Or was 1 your first version? Like, was 1 your first time seeing Star Wars?
No, I saw the original trilogy before.
Okay.
Phantom Menace was just my first one in the theater.
Okay. Got it. All right. Okay. All right.
Oh, no. She knew.
Okay.
Can you see can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
like
fantastic.
I was like Queen Amidala, that was my girl, and like the costumes, I was just totally enamored by the costumes. Foreshadowing, because now I'm in Star Wars.
Yeah, the final first.
Shocker.
Yeah. Shocker.
Yeah. But I remember this. So this was October of '99.
Yeah. Right.
And I remember my mom went, she bought me the costume, right? We're getting ready. And she's like, okay, you're all set. I'm like, well, I have to paint my face. And she's like,
yes.
What? And I'm like, yeah, like she paints her face white and she has the red dots and and she's like, well, do you? And I'm like, yes, Mom, I have to have my face. Like details, like to the T. I could not be anything less, so I was just totally
that is awesome
with all of it. So
that's so cool.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I want that outfit.
That's good. And who you followed your own path.
Right.
That's awesome. Okay, so
what about you, Todd? What about you?
I mean, to me, it's like going to the concert. It's like that experience. Like that was great, hanging out with you guys, and just we forgot about the bugle story. The bugles. You
want to tell it? Yeah, you'll probably tell it better. You tell it.
Oh no, it's just like we didn't have food, and people brought us food, and just happened to have some bugles, and at this point we're getting a little crazy. The force was strong with us, and then Luke's like, hey, maybe if I just get some duct tape, I could duct tape these bugles, and I could be like Darth Maul going into the theater. And we tried, but we didn't have any tape. We didn't quite have any tape. Yeah, we didn't have the duct tape, but we're like, this is a nice. This is like a poor man's version, DIY, like
costume designing,
or DIY. Sorry, DIY.
DIY. There you go, DIY.
Yeah. So if you're in a pinch, just grab some bugles and you can make a good Darth Maul. Little duct tape, and yeah. But no, I think for me,
he hates someone
like this.
That's
guy's
the only
laugh
reference.
Would just be like
that's the reason why.
Just every once in a while bust out really loud.
Yeah,
really loud in your ear, like
this is.
I was like.
Like, are you okay?
It just reminds me of Woodstock, man. Yeah. Oh man. I'm sorry, Carla. This is like turning into like the Chris Farley show. You're like, do you remember the time?
Oh, good.
Do you remember time? That was awesome. That was awesome. All right, so now what's your favorite? Okay, let's go around the horn here. I'll start with Carla, ladies first here. What's your favorite part of Phantom Menace?
Ooh, that's
two things
tough.
from your top 5 favorite things.
right. I'll allow 2. I'll throw 2.
Okay, I mean, I guess everything about Queen Amidala, because again,
she's a boss.
I was obsessed. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, that last the lightsaber fight. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Come
on.
Come on now. Okay.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
All right, Josh. You got 2, 1, 3, whatever. I'll take.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, there's obviously the duel was amazing, and the sounds, the audio effects with that, when those gates shut, and it was like you just felt it, and the tension, like there was this constant like tension release, like I can't hold it. So that one was an obvious one, but there was some other ones as I was kind of thinking back on it. The arrival in Coruscant, there was something about that. Like you saw the vastness of this capital city and like this rural or whatever space, and just like my brain started to like really fathom what that would be like, an entire planet, and just seeing it looked really crazy. And then I would say the other one, Qui-Gon's funeral was that was like, it was that somber, it was the, like kind of in stark contrast to the celebration, the craziness stuff that was going on or whatever. But you had that, it was that moment, like everything's changed. Like all these characters now are going to be different. You saw Obi-Wan realizing like, oh yeah, he's going to be different. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It was a neat moment. I really love that scene.
Very good.
Yeah.
Luke.
Darth Maul's dual saber. Like, I don't think we had ever seen anything like that before, and it's like you see him and he's got, and when he hits that, he goes, you're just like, no way.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's prowl. Even though we saw that in the trailer, I don't think it ruins the moment.
No.
Because the music is so good,
Yeah, around that whole thing. But it's just, seeing that and realizing, that the evil's there. You know what I mean? Like it's back, or it's not back, but it's starting to form, right? So sorry to reference it's back, but that's because for us older folk, we saw 4, 5, 6. So for us, it's, oh my gosh, it's back. Where in reality, it's like, no, this is the beginning kind of storyline, right? So it's that whole mess with your
we got it.
scenario.
We can follow. We're good.
But it was just kind of like that whole feeling of going, wow, here we are, and it's gonna be interesting to see where it takes us.
Yeah,
very good. Yeah, I think I mean the pod race is just it's dumb because it's like 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes of just racing, and it's just like, yeah, he's gonna put this in this film, and it's just so good. The sound is just, Ben Burt is just like hard flexing, and just so good. And I remember in the theaters with like Sebulba's engine, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Just
it made my Monza cool again. It's like bang, 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 bang. No, it's supposed to sound like that.
It's supposed to sound like that. Yeah.
Wait, can I throw a third one?
Sure.
You mentioned pod racing, and I don't know how I could forget this, but my boy Ben Quadraneros.
Oh, his power coupling.
He's one of the boys. I have like a group of like my boys from all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Ben Quadraneros. He's one of my boys.
He's just like, this little pea pod can't get his little power coupling going. Just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's awesome. That's just 10 minutes of like just and the best part, there's like no music. It's just all sound.
Yeah.
And it's only till the third, like end of the third lap, that the music kicks in, and just like, okay, this is just amazing, you know. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, it's so hard to not pick the Duel of Fates part because it's more than we've ever seen in the first three, and it's just so fast, and Ray Park is like so talented, and just like, this is so good. It's just visually good, and you know, so, and like the minute like that Obi-Wan comes out of the, you know, phase gates or whatever, after Qui-Gon's kind of down and out, I mean, that little sequence, that quick sequence when he comes at him and they're blocking each other, you know, Maul's matching them, it's just, it's so fast and it's so good. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's great. It's great. So,
Todd, I think we've mentioned this before, but do you guys remember the one pod racer when he's about to blow up and it gets roar?
that guy is in. Yeah, kind of reminded me of our Woodstock guy. Yeah, I should know that guy's name. Yeah, the Tusken Raiders, you know. Yeah. It's like, it's great. Had a little Jawa scene there, a little teeny, you know. I mean, it's great. Yeah. So, okay. Least favorite part. Wow, stunned silence.
Don't everybody all say Jar Jar Binks at once.
I think we're all thinking it. We just feel bad if we actually say it. So
actually,
that's why it's like that's the default answer. So it's like I got to come up something better than that.
I'll say as a kid, like I knew it was silly, but again, like I wasn't at that point where I could be like super critical. So I just thought like, oh, it's funny, like.
Yeah.
So to me, it was, oh yeah, he's there, but it wasn't until later that I was like, ooh, yeah.
So he was like groomed for your age group. So what you're saying is he really had no impact, whatsoever to your
so
movie viewing pleasure, because I felt like that was the age group he was there for.
Yeah.
So it didn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry, George.
Yeah. Well, no, like, because like I'm pretty sure I saw Phantom Menace at least 11 or 12 times in the theater. I'm pretty sure. Like almost every weekend, I'm like, you want to go see it? Yeah, let's go see it. So, but like a couple times, like when I, you know, was with my nieces or just in the audience, and like the kids were totally reacting to Jar Jar, and I'm like, okay, I get it now. Because like at first, I was like, as soon as he spoke, I was just like, oh no. But then I got it. I got it because like the kids dug him. Like the kids dug him. They were like, this guy's awesome, you know. Yeah, I just the one thing is like so hard to explain. Is like the whole blockade thing. It's like, ooh, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. They just blocking Naboo. I don't know. So yeah, that like to me that's like a little hard to explain to kids. Like, oh yeah, there's a trade federation and they're taxing the blocking, you know, like for import or something, you know. So I don't know. It's just that was a little bizarre to me. I mean, because that's that. Yeah, and then you got Star Wars Goofy over here. It's like that was just like a weird. It's a weird thing to start on. I mean, I don't know. It like that was like, wait, so this whole thing is, but it is kind of a manufactured thing, which I think that's what George was going for. But I couldn't explain to you what it was about after watching it. You know,
right?
Yeah,
it's funny. Like, yeah, you're right. And they start with it in a very different way than any of the other Star Wars. Like to start with, like, yeah, we're sending ambassadors to blah blah blah. So
Okay.
No
I was following it, but then it's like, but why are they there? And I don't know.
So the two main Gungan characters.
Nemodians? Yeah.
Like between Boss, I was almost just as irritated with Boss Nass as I was Jar Jar. So because you look at the other, everybody else, they're pretty awesome group of race of individuals. Yeah. I mean, you got some fighters and some hard-nosed guys, and then you got these two bookends that just didn't do them justice.
The one thing that I really dislike coming out of the whole thing is having to play Josh in Galactic Empires. And he's bringing up his Gungans and his enemy, because we would play that game and he would kill us before we could even get our bases built. Because he had this way of picking the Gungans, picking the ship. No. He's like, I'll be whatever race you want me to be tonight, and I'll still beat both of you. And we're like, no. And he would. And so, I mean, that's a left field conversation, but
because I can get to tech level 3 before anybody else. Don't hate on me.
Oh boy, here we go. This is like a deep wound, just digging up. So.
If you actually
Galactic Empires, Galactic Battlegrounds was like
Battlegrounds. That's what it was.
Age of Empire, Age of Empire kind of thing where you build stuff, and we would play.
This is hilarious. Keep going, Todd.
We would play we were being not responsible adults. We would play really late, and then we would come because we really didn't have communication throughout the game. We would literally call each other the next day at work.
Text, Josh, you suck. This would be you'd have to
it would be like a little text on the side of when we're playing a game, but then we would do a full breakdown at work. And I remember a couple times. Yeah, like a total debriefing, and almost like a play-by-play.
Remember when Luke?
Remember when I got your Jedi Sith holocron there, and oh my goodness,
this is amazing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so there was times my coworkers would be like, What are you talking about? I'm like, we play this game and we just like talking about it. I mean, we just spent an hour, dude. It's
we were talking with tactics. We were discussing tactics.
So then Luke and I would talk on the side because Josh always beat us, and we're like, son of a and that
Hey, I had my own blockade.
That's right. You had your own blockade.
Going back to the movie, reeling it back in.
Reel it back in.
The whole love affair that was kind of happening between Anakin and Padme, I'm like, huge age difference. But
you're going Attack of Clones, bro. Don't get too far ahead, bro.
I know, but it's and when they come out with Attack of the Clones, Padme hasn't aged like a day, and Anakin's 25. And you're like, what? How does that work? You know what I mean? And so in episode 1, I'm like, where is George taking this? Where he's got this twinkle in his eye, the sense sort of.
Are you an angel?
Are you an angel?
Are you an angel?
I'm like, all right, I guess we got to have the love story, right?
Yeah.
It's got to start awkward.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Like Luke and Leia,
cringy.
Exactly.
Very cringy.
So
that's true.
I like it.
She could be your mom. She was a cougar, I guess. I don't know. All right. We'll leave it there.
How old was Natalie at that time?
I don't know. We should
18 or 19?
She hadn't done her first perfume commercial yet.
Oh boy.
Okay.
She was already in The Professional though.
Because she was in a few movies.
She was 16.
She was 16, and she's supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be 30.
She's supposed to be 14 as
14
Queen Amidala.
As Queen Amidala. Yeah.
Yeah, but still.
14 and 9-year-old.
Anakin? Yeah, I guess
she was an awfully mature.
I guess at that point it's weird, but then you get older, right?
Yeah,
so that's
He's
what,
supposed to be
5 year. That's a 5-year difference.
So he's in the film. He's technically supposed to be 9, and she's supposed to be 14. So it's not a huge difference. But then again, it's like the high schooler dating the 8th grader, or the college kid dating the high schooler. It's like, okay,
this an 18-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Yeah, this age stuff is a little.
It's weird until you're like an adult.
You're right, right, right.
My parents were 10 years apart. Like,
yeah,
that would have been 18-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, we're going down a rabbit hole.
Tangents. See, tangents. This is what happens.
Reminds me of Woodstock.
All right. Well, let's see.
I'd say for me, him trying to put that into the movie, and I'm like, okay, I can see where they're needing the whole thing besides just good versus evil.
Yeah.
Yada. Because eventually you got to get up to that point to where that has to happen in order for the other films to make sense. But at the same time, I was just kind of like,
okay,
I don't know. The age difference threw me off. Go ahead.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Did we miss anybody? Trade Federation for me. Your age difference, Carla. You got anything?
What did I say? I don't know.
What did I say? I just want to make sure we got everybody. I just want to make sure.
Did I say? I feel like
I don't know.
I don't want to count Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
Binks.
That's fine.
Like as 9-year-old Carla or as 34-year-old Carla? Like I don't.
It's gotta be when you saw it.
Yeah, it's kind of I mean that's two different lenses, so I don't know. I mean,
I could tell you 9-year-old Carla would have had nothing bad.
Nothing.
To say.
No. Regrets.
Like I said,
regrets.
I was in it. I was in it 150%.
Yes. Very good.
Now, I mean, I guess I would point out like a lot of the things that you guys pointed out. So, and the Nemoidians, it's like, ooh, and like
the accents,
all of the accents were, it's just like,
I mean, Watto is straight up a riff off of like an Arab, and it's not pleasant, and then the Nemoidians are like, I don't know, man. It's just they're just too they're too on the nose.
The Gungans are like Jamaican.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One more favorite part of the movie, the droidicas.
Droidicas.
Destroyers.
Master Destroyers. Yeah.
I mean, just seeing them roll up, because like up to that point, really the only thing you had really seen were like stormtroopers, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, out of 4, 5, and 6, there were some other small bots and things like that, but you never saw anything like that really roll up.
Yeah. Well, and it also shows like the battle droids, as you know, are just like cheap and technically, comical stuff, but like the droidicas were like, okay, these guys, they ain't messing.
They're serious. Yeah, exactly.
Serious. Yeah, they're serious.
I mean, when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan run, you're like, okay, like these guys are pretty BA.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So wait, all right, I want to throw in one more little curve.
Go for it.
Side note. So
side note.
So a couple of friends of mine, we noticed this watching it, like just on a random rewatch. So the scene where Newt Gunray is in like the spider chair thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's talking, and then he kind of like shoes like somebody, or like he takes Seal Bibble. He's like, take him away, whatever. And there's this one battle droid, for whatever reason, has this like Boston accent.
What?
Yeah. And he's like, "Sir, I've been it's like, I forget the line, but it's like, yeah, we've been searching for these underwater villages." We were just like, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Are you serious?
Either like Boston or like Brooklyn or something. Like, so we've been searching for these underwater villages. We're just like, where did that come come from? I swear. Go back, find the scene, watch it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Because now you can't.
Droid.
Yeah.
Now you can't watch it.
We went down there. We whacked them. We got them. We got them. Yeah. They're not there. We tried to whack them, boss. We tried to whack them. They ain't there. There. They gone.
Yes.
They went to the Holy Land, man.
Now I gotta watch it just to see that again.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, whenever you get your next rewatch in, just pay attention. It's when he's on the spider chair.
Yeah.
And he says something about like the underwater villages, and you're just like, where did that come from?
Todd, how many times did you watch that movie and you never caught it?
I never caught this.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So okay. Well, Phantom Menace is coming out again, so it's coming out tomorrow. I think it starts. So it was very successful, guys. The budget was 115 mil and pretty much made that back on the first day. It almost cracked $1 billion. It was 924 million. A little off, but so domestic 431, international 493, and it was 924 million, and it's coming out again. So switching gears a little bit, any May the 4th plans? I'll start with Carla. You got any May the 4th plans?
Yeah.
Of course. Duh.
I mean, this kind of rolls into Cantina Chat.
Okay.
I mean, do you want like strictly May 4th, or do you want like May 4th weekend?
I'll do May 4th weekend. That's fine.
Okay.
Yes, I will allow that. Yes.
All right. This will cut my Cantina Chat time.
Okay.
Just shave it down a little bit.
Right.
So tomorrow morning, I'm doing a troop for my friend's school. They're having like a whole Star Wars day.
Oh, nice.
So it's like May 4th Star Wars Day. So I will be donning my Princess Leia
bunsies
outfit tomorrow morning. Yes.
Nice.
So doing that. And then Brian and I are going to Philly Fan Expo on May 4th. Because he wants to meet he's going to meet Cameron Monaghan. Cal Kestis.
Cal Kestis from the video.
He built a BD-1 droid, so he's getting the photo and the autograph and all that. And
nice. You're like, I'll go along.
Yeah. I haven't decided. I think I might wear my Jin costume. Like, I don't know if I want to double dip with Leia. We'll see. Depends on the hair situation. And then Sunday. Doing the Phantom Menace in the theater rewatch. And my aunt will be there with me. I'm very excited.
Nice.
I really want to meet your aunt one of these days. So
I know. I've been telling her. I'm like, we got to get her on the pod,
We got to get her
bro.
on. Yeah. She absolutely. Is. And I call her the walking Star Wars encyclopedia because she knows like everything about everything. She read all the books, like all the books.
She was doing. Yeah, she was keeping it real in the dark times for sure.
Yep.
So very good.
So,
all right, Josh, you do anything fun? May the 4th.
I am kicking it off with F3 beatdown.
Okay.
Star Wars inspired F3 beatdown workout. So with some of the guys. So we got.
Are you wearing a? Are you gonna wear a beard? Because that would be awesome.
This has been my no shave November. I'm still working on it. I had to laugh. I was like, Carla, you're talking about like, well, it depends on the hair situation. I'm like, yeah, that's how Todd usually makes his decisions too.
Yeah. All the time. Oh my gosh.
So
you're doing like a master and apprentice. I love it.
Yeah, that one's gonna be, and a little bit of light side, dark side stuff going on there. But so light side, a little more agility, dark side, just more power moves, stuff. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be good times.
If you wore a Jedi robe and a beard, I would be there. But it's okay.
Done. Like that was easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's gonna get you to drive all the way
that's
down,
all it takes.
Josh was like, "I'll be there at 5."
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Luke, in my bed.
Luke, are you doing anything? Celebrate May the 4th? Anything? Wow. Get him off the podcast right now.
Yeah, I guess I'm just carrying my name as far as it'll take me.
Hey, I'm Luke.
Every day I celebrate Star Wars. It's my name.
Yeah.
Just get in your car, roll all the windows down, and just drive around town and blast the soundtrack. That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do.
People be like, "What's this guy's deal?" And you're like, "A Star Wars Day."
This is Duel of Fates for the 100th time.
Years. Yeah,
we need to.
We waited longer for the 25th anniversary than we did between 6 and 1.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. Like that duration is that long. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So I actually am going down to Kankakee on Saturday, boys. There's some 5K. Yeah, there's a 5K. Yes. Yeah. So I'll be there.
Send me the deets. Right. I'll meet you.
So I'll be there. I'll be trooping then for a 5K. Saturday night.
Then just
I'm just
5:15. Just come.
That's way too early, dude.
Todd, 5K in your trooper. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I could do it. It'll be a slow walk, but
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
So I don't know if I'm
Send me the
participating in the 5K.
Okay.
I will.
Send me the deets.
So
I'll meet you.
I will. Yeah. So we're doing that, and then Saturday night going with the fam to see Phantom Menace, and then Friday doing like a parade thing in somebody's neighborhood. One of our fellow troopers, he did this for COVID, and the neighborhood loved it so much. He's like, you got to do this every year. So we're doing like his own like suburb parade, and then we're doing like a barbecue thing on Sunday. So
Do I know that trooper?
No,
you
don't.
Have connections to where I work? Okay.
No,
I know that there's another trooper out there that I think we have in common.
Yes. So there you go. All right, let's wrap this up.
Wrapping up?
Yes, sir.
25 minutes.
No. Right, I'm just
together too.
Wrapped.
I know, like Carla's gone. Oh, there she is.
All right, let's wrap this up.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what just happened.
That timing was
perfect. Push. Yeah. No. We still got more shows. Don't worry. Don't push the candy red button. Don't push it.
Misa back.
No. We're wrapping up the main topic. Don't worry, Luke. There's plenty of show left. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah.
Josh, what is your favorite thing about Star Wars?
No, that's actually two things. I'm gonna go with two.
He never has one.
No, and you know what? I have two that are in my top 5. So it removes the pressure of like the number one.
Oh my gosh.
Too many number one. First off, redemption. The whole the redemption story that just shows up all the way through. I can't. Yeah. It's awesome. So I'm a positivity guy. So like that's just
yes, you are.
And I would say the second one are Star Wars fans, like the community. Like as much as I love the movies, the folks, my peeps are just about as good.
The folks.
So
yeah, that's
there
good.
You go.
That's good. I love it.
Make it quick.
Perfect. That was quick.
Han shot first.
Luke.
Han shot first.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
How do you have a redemption story if the guy doesn't need to be redeemed? So,
perfect.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's Luke's turn, Josh. Let Luke go.
Go. I don't know. I guess the whole concept. I will come to your house right now and walk. We don't live that far away, Carla. We're literally like a block away from each other. So.
They're like a golf cart. They're like a golf cart ride.
Yeah. I could throw a stone in his house.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think just taking me back to those early days when I first started watching it and thinking like there's a galaxy far, far away. You know what I mean? Just try to wrap my head around that. And even today now with us with like SpaceX and trying to go to Mars and things like that. And just wanting to know, like, you know, how much more is actually out there, and just taking really what George, you know, put onto screen and try to make that more realistic, I guess, in my own mind, to say, you know, how cool would it be if that's the way we lived and that's the way we traveled, and we could just go to other planets, you know, like this. I mean, it would just be totally awesome. Yeah. And I think that whole concept and everything just really just, I really enjoy the whole storyline.
Awesome.
The futuristic part of it.
Love it.
Yep.
Carla?
And I only had one.
Okay. Carla?
I mean, there's a million things, but
I know.
I would say my number one thing. Todd, you've heard this spiel from me many times before.
I know, but Luke and Josh haven't, so yeah.
They have not. So for me, it's, I guess, Josh, you touched up on this too. It's the family, it's the community, it's the camaraderie, like all of the people that I've met simply by, you know, watching these movies when I was, you know, 7 to 9 years old. Like, it's just amazing how it opens up your world to so many different things. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, you know. It's just crazy. I wouldn't be part of the 501st and the Rebel Legion, and like, you have a giant family literally all over the world. Like, how cool is that, you know? And you put all of the, you know, the drama about the shows and the movies, like, who cares? Like, we all love this one thing no matter what. And I just think it's so powerful, and it's just, it's cool. It's cool. And we're nerds, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I'm stealing Josh because, like, basically for me, I just love Anakin and that redemption story, and like, how far you go, you can be redeemed, and I just love that personally and spiritually about that. It's just something very powerful, you know, and never give up on people. I think is really, really powerful. And again, like Carla said, the community. I mean, like I wouldn't have met Carla, you know. I probably, maybe, you know, like maybe in some weird way, I don't know if I would have met you guys. I don't know. You know, it's just like that kind of, those kind of cool connections that a stupid sci-fi movie has done over these last 40 something years. It's pretty powerful. I think it's a very powerful thing that you can't say about a lot of different other movies, you know? And so I think that's super cool. And I just love the community. It's just so fun. Geeking out, nerding out. So
back off, Harry Potter.
Yeah. Oh, okay. One side. All right. One. This is a sneak peek to 25 years of Attack of the Clones, but we had a wizard cast a spell on Josh while we're waiting in line for Attack of the Clones.
That's right.
Yes.
You remember that, dude? He had his own wand and everything, bro. He was like, he hated Star Wars. It was so.
Like a Harry Potter person showed up.
A Harry Potter person showed up while we're waiting in line for Attack of the Clones and cast a spell on Josh. Josh is the nicest guy in the room, and he's trying to have this conversation, and he just did not like Star Wars, didn't like anything, and was like,
he cast the spell too. Like he was legit worried that whatever came out of that wand.
Oh no. He didn't Avada Kedavra you, I hope. That's bad.
We don't know.
Too long ago. Don't remember.
It's too long ago, but yeah, we looked up the spell. I'm like, oh, dude, that was a bad spell, bro.
Right. They got like 7 years bad luck coming.
Carla, are you on a Hogwarts podcast too somewhere?
No. I'm a very surface level. Like, I've seen the Harry Potter movies maybe like twice, like throughout the whole, and then I'm like, I'm good. Like, it's okay.
We're going to Universal this summer because the kids love it and the family and stuff. I went with these guys
we were down doing some football game that we showed up, and I'm like taking pictures inside of Universal and sending it to my family, who are huge fans. And I'm like, look at that cool little goblin-y thing. They're like, that's Dobby.
Oh yeah,
you
no,
deserve to be there.
It's cool. Like the whole wizarding world thing. Like even as like I said, surface level. Like I went in, I'm like, I'm not buying anything here. Walked into the wand shop and they're like, here's your custom wand. What's your birthday?
How do you not buy it?
We can tell you. And I'm like, $60 later. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yep.
And it doesn't even light up.
That's awesome.
So,
No. No.
Anyway, a little bit too far off track, but yes, I did get
tangent.
I got a
tangent.
Yeah, we can we can get on a tangent to Harry Potter. So let's switch gears here, man. So Carla, can you bring up that news?
Wait a minute. What about the best way to celebrate Star Wars?
He's following the agenda.
I know. That's a good question.
They read the show notes. Oh.
Right?
Right?
Someone was actually paying attention.
They did their homework.
I'm just going to throw it out there. We can skip past it.
Did we lose Todd?
Yep. He's just contemplative.
He's frozen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We did lose him.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, let's keep this thing going. So let's start with.
No. Okay.
What would you say?
He's going to come back and watch what we're saying right now.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite Todd Star Wars story?
Oh.
That's where you're going to take this?
It was either that or a stupid clown joke.
Favorite Todd
I thought we were trying to discuss the best way to celebrate Star Wars. Why are you?
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
But Todd's not here, so we can just say whatever we want about.
Well, Carla's second in command. Then we're just visitors. She should be leading it.
She is leading it. Don't.
Oh no! Whenever I put the hot seat, I'm like, okay, I think I know how to do this. Okay.
Yeah,
you're in it now.
Exactly.
Although it sounds like I'm the only one that read the show notes, so
I like skim through, and I'm like, all right, we're good.
Right, we're gonna talk Star Wars. I can wing
it. Yeah. I mean, we can talk best way to celebrate Star Wars. Whoever wants to go first, I'll throw it out there.
I mean, I think I would have to reflect back on what you guys said earlier, right? Celebrating it with fans and family and just people, like you said. I think you guys touched on that really well, and I think that's really key. That's what it's really about. It really is. So that's mine.
Yeah.
That's
Josh, what about you?
What's yours?
I mean, I would say probably the same thing. I mean, I always think of, I don't know, have you guys ever been to Star Wars Celebration?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like a big family reunion. Yep. And I went, my first one was 2017 in Orlando. Cool. I was not part of the 501st Rebel Legion, and then I had ended up joining that year. So the next one was Chicago. Yeah, Chicago. Okay. And like just the circle of people, like the way it grew, it was just such a different experience from like pre and like post joining. So I always say like Celebration is just a big family reunion. Yeah. So yeah. I think that's a great way to celebrate it. It's always once every like few years, and now it's in Japan, which is like
did we do the one that was in Indy, Josh?
Yes.
I think that's where
I met Mr. Gregoire.
Yes. And I think that's where we got the George Sackle figs.
Oh, yeah. I've got a couple of those.
Yeah. That was fun.
George Lucas as a X-Wing fighter.
Pilot, yeah. Have you seen that one, Carla?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I don't think so.
Your aunt has a couple.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was like, so it's George Sackle, Lucas spelled backwards.
George Lucas was flipped. And it's him as an X-Wing fighter, so it's like his like face,
with the beard and everything.
The beard, and they were an exclusive. Yeah. Sorry, don't need to go down. It was really good. And that was, but
I got to go and sit in on some of the talks of Gregoire, the guy that did crud. What's the name of it? He was basically doing the 3D animation type stuff, like instead of crud, like storyboarding, only digitally. He led that entire team. So he was the guy that at 2 a.m. George would call and say, for tomorrow's meeting, I want to see this scene. And they would put it together. And so he and I shared the same last name. So it was super cool to go and chat with him. So that was fun. That's nice. I would say though, the best way to celebrate on top of celebration, that's kind of the easy answer. This is for Todd when he watches this back, is Yoda Punch. Need some good old Yoda Punch.
Punch?
Yes, it's terrible. First day we were at, first time I'm hanging out with Todd, and I totally burst my bubble on action figures, that whole scene. His mom was helping put together a WrestleMania, or was it? I think it was WrestleMania.
You might be right.
And she made this punch. She got a cookbook that was a Star Wars cookbook, and one of them was Yoda Punch.
Oh, okay.
And it's nasty. It was so nasty. It was like literally, if you could imagine going to Dagobah, taking a ladle into the swamp, and then just sucking it down. That's what it was.
Yeah.
and she's so sweet. If you've ever met Todd's mom, she's just super, super sweet. So you're like, nope, it's great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So. Anyway. All right. Well, Todd's saying that it's storming there, so he's getting some
yeah. Hopefully he'll pop back in whenever he can.
Do we still get news though?
If not, we go to Katina.
Yes.
Chat, right?
Yes. We will read the news and then we will move on to our Cantina chat.
Cool.
So yeah, let's roll out with the first news article. So I have here from GameSpot.com. New Star Wars and Marvel Disney Plus Blu-rays have arrived, but you may want to order soon. So apparently they are releasing a bunch of different Star Wars, Marvel series on physical discs, 4K Blu-ray, April 30th, which has passed, so you can purchase them now. But apparently they're going fast. So you've got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Kenobi, and Andor.
Nice.
But they've got, it looks like, so it's like, you guys remember like the like metal like casing like sets? That's what it looks like.
Cool. Nice. So
yeah.
That's kind of that's interesting and encouraging. Like just the idea that like you said, the physical discs, that people are still going after them. Like I want to get my hands on a couple of these. So, but that's crazy.
Yeah. I like the physical stuff just because like if one day like the world just decides like no more and we don't have, our internet and stuff, I'm like, well, I have all my discs. I can still maybe watch it.
Well, it's like I saw that would never go Pepsi out cans.
Ever.
Yeah.
Right, Todd?
Yeah. Ooh,
oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, speaking of physical things that you probably not as collectible as others is cereal. I found my box of Star Wars cereal.
Oh,
the Pepsi cans. The Pepsi cans. I collected them and they broke open.
I still have all my Pepsi cans.
The spoon that you put in the milk, and it was like it would change the colors.
Oh.
Yeah. Or they had the light up ones too. Yeah.
Oh, so yours wasn't the light up ones? It was it changed color.
There was one that changed color with like the temperature of the milk, and then there was one that lit up too.
I had the light up one.
I'm pretty sure
It was like the lightsaber one, and you push the button, and the spoon part was clear. The handle was the yeah. All right, so who's gonna get out? So you're gonna get out and get Andor and.
I mean, might have to. Yeah, it says it's a steelbook case. with 3 art cards, with each one, regardless if you choose the 4K Blu-ray or the standard Blu-ray. So you're getting the same thing no matter what. My only question is, do these come with like behind the scenes goodies? Because that's part of why I like buying the physical media too, is because you get a lot of extra content that you don't get on these streaming platforms now. Yeah.
Although I am seeing like Disney Plus is putting out a decent amount of behind the scenes stuff. Or
that's true. Like they have the gallery series, like they did with Mando. But I know sometimes they will they put all of that on the streaming services, but the physical media will have different content. So I think I don't know. Who knows what they'll decide.
All right, you need to go get it. You need to go get it. So
trying to get those dollars. Trying to get those dollars.
Next podcast, you can.
Yeah. And they're running about like $40 to $50, depending on where you buy them from. So
that's about what a fig costs nowadays too, right? So
yeah.
All right. So is that just curious? Do the links go onto the show notes for some of these news articles?
They're already in there.
Yes, they are in there. If you scroll
the agenda.
down.
Yeah. Oh, I mean
News
afterwards.
of the week.
So anybody watching
pasted right in there.
Sweet.
I don't know if we link the news articles. That's a good question.
I know if I was watching,
that's like a post. That's like a post. That's like an Aaron post show question.
Aaron, get the links in there, Aaron.
Yeah,
people want to know.
Yeah. All right. So next we have StarWars.com. So this is a fish. It's official.
Okay.
Star Wars Hunters release date and cinematic trailer revealed. So this is that new battle arena game that they teased a while back. I guess now we have a official trailer, and it will be a team-based battle arena shooter from Zynga and Lucasfilm Games, arriving June 4th for Android, iOS, and Nintendo Switch.
This one looks like a lot of fun, actually.
Is it Fortnite, but like all Star Wars?
No.
That's what it sounds like. No, I don't know.
Really? Is that what I mean? Is it
no?
Fortnite
Because you get the Star Wars characters in Fortnite already, so I don't know why they would do something different.
Oh, true.
This seems a little bit smaller, like arena style. Although so I watched the trailer. It was pretty cool. There had an element of almost like a capture the flag piece too, because once his face comes and he like throws the flag down in the middle. So, but
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a game we all need to connect up and play.
Yeah. I guess it's all multiplayer too.
Yeah, it looks like it. I'm going through the article right now. I didn't read it earlier, but it looks pretty sweet.
It actually looks like a pretty good. Looks
like a WoW
some interview
platform.
Questions there at the end.
Yeah, it looks like a WoW platform with Star Wars characters, kind of a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, like massive multiplayer.
I mean, that's what it kind of looks like.
So it seems a little bit. I love the interview questions in that article with Dominic. So when they talked about like there was a little bit over the top on some of these characters that were there, I loved one of the words he used that he said that kind of the tenet that they were designing this thing around was, or one of them was playful reverence, which I thought I just loved the words. I'm like, I actually kind of think I live my life, or I think that's a good way to describe how I playful reverence. There's some important things in life, but we don't need to take it too seriously. So they seem over the top, kind of. I think they mentioned like professional wrestling.
I was just gonna say, that's like right up. If I know Todd's a big pro wrestler fan, so
sucked you in.
No.
I used to be years ago, and now I'm not so much. So
I was way back hacksaw like Hulk Hogan, and then like took a break until I met Todd.
Yeah,
and then
The Rock and Stone
a
Cold,
social
and
wrestler.
DDP and all them. Yeah.
And then slipped away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, cool. Well, this
That
looks
was
like
cool.
actually this looks like fun. I'm gonna get my hands on it.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
When's the release date?
It drops June 4th.
Ooh,
And
like
you
right
can probably
around the
like
corner.
pre-order it or something. At least for
Is
the
it
Switch, you might be
subscription?
able to pre-order it.
They're gonna.
I'm gonna see if I can download it right now
on a monthly basis.
I'm gonna see if I can download it right now.
Pre-registration now open. I don't know if that means.
Let's see.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It looks like fun. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I kind of got fired up when I was looking at some of the videos.
Cool. All right. And last but not least, we have another StarWars.com article. And this one is Celebration Japan 2025. People, the tickets dropped today. And I know a bunch of people that were losing their minds. And then part of me was like, well, glad I'm not, I don't have to deal with that. Because as soon as they announced it, I was like, no, that's not happening. So, yeah, they dropped the tickets today. And I guess they already announced some celebrity guests. So they've so far confirmed Anthony Daniels, Tamora Morrison, Doug Chang, and Ashley Eckstein.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is it worth the price of admission?
Always.
I mean, it always is.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth that plane ticket? That's yeah.
Oh, you know what? I bet you there's going to be some Star Wars themed flights that go out. Maybe we can get like what's one of the big international flights? Get a couple planes, some jets, all like custom decked out.
I know United did the Star Wars plane.
Yeah,
like right before COVID. They had a few flying around.
There you go. So go ahead and get your ticket.
Yeah.
On United.
This will cost you. This will cost you a bit, but to anybody who's going, very happy for you. Have a great time.
Do that one virtually.
Yeah. I'm planning to go to New Zealand at some point, so that's why I'm like, this has to, I gotta get to Middle Earth. I gotta get to Middle Earth. So yeah. So I'm like,
I'd be curious though if anybody's going that's watching, they should put it in the comments.
Let us know.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, so that is all the news that I have. So now we are going to move on to our Cantina Chat. So Cantina Chat, where we talk about everything geeky and nerdy that's been going on in all of our lives. Luke and Josh as our guests. Whoever would like to share
Luke,
first.
what do you got?
Nothing at this moment.
Oh, no.
Nothing.
Go ahead, Josh, go ahead.
All right. So, Carla, why don't you give us an example of something you got going on, some nerdy and geeky?
Okay. So, I mean, I was going to throw in my May the 4th stuff, but since we already touched upon that, recently, I was at a couple of troops with the Legion last weekend. One was at a library for their Star Wars Day, and then there was a March of Dimes event here in New Jersey. So went out trooping for that.
Nice.
Hi, Hans.
How'd the library go?
It was good. Libraries are like, they can kind of swing either way. I guess it depends on how well the library advertises for the event, because we've had times where we've gone and there's like nobody, so we just end up like acting like fools, and the kids section of the library. But this is good. There was a good showing. We had like a Jedi lightsaber training from one of the Saber Guild members. So it was a good one. And the kids, they love it. That's the best part is when you see them like walk in and they're like, whoa, like this is legit. So I did that. And then
I still do that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then are you guys D&D fans? Dungeons and Dragons?
I'm not. I'll just be honest, no.
No?
I've played it a few times. But we've never really
hit me up with some Pokemon.
Well, they did this. So I'm in New Jersey, so I'm like an hour from Manhattan. And they started this off-Broadway show called 20-Sided Tavern. And basically it's like D&D on Broadway. Mm-hmm. So my boyfriend and I we're fans. We've played. We watch a couple of like D&D shows and podcasts. I saw this and I was like, this is amazing. So it was a birthday gift for him. And we had a fantastic time. So if anybody is going to be in New York within the next, I don't know, month or so, I think they're running it for a while. Go check it out. It was really cool.
Cool.
It does sound like it would be interesting.
Yeah, it's cool because part of the show, like not like spoilery, but part of the show is the audience interacts through your phone. So like they'll present you with like these different choices. It's like, oh, like what is this character going to do next? And everybody votes on their phone and then they play it out on the stage. Cool. But it involves all of the mechanics of the game too. Like they're rolling the dice, they're doing the combat and everything. So
every show is different.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. So I could go again, and it might be a totally different experience.
That's kind of like to write it. Anyway, that sounds awesome. That actually sounds like it'd be really fun to go. Talk about getting people to come back multiple times too.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah,
very cool.
And then last but not least, I acquired tickets for the Return of the King in concert that will be coming around next February. I've been to Fellowship, Two Towers, and now finally seeing Return of the King, which is the greatest movie of all time, in my opinion. I don't run a Star Wars podcast here, but
I was like, it's cool. It's cool.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. Do they do those like symphony, like the movie concerts out by you? Are you guys near like? Are you near?
Yeah,
Chicago,
we're like an hour south of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can go downtown and catch stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be absolutely incredible. So when it comes to those, is there a famous conductor?
Not usual. It's not like Howard Shore. I think I would pass out if I watched Howard Shore like play this, it's usually just like the local symphony will play it, or I know one year they had the Ukrainian Symphony Orchestra play, and then they usually get like a local choir for the choir parts. But yeah, I mean, to watch the film and then you hear it, it's it's awesome. They do Star Wars too.
Yeah, I've seen those I've seen the tickets for that, and I wasn't able to get to them. So very cool. I'm fired up for you.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I just can't wait to cry for 3 hours because that's what I do when I watch Return of the King. Sob the whole time.
When does it kick off? Right at the beginning?
I mean,
to get turned on and
yeah, I mean, like there's like the on it's just like on and off, but it's when Sam carries Frodo up when he's like, "Do you remember the strawberries with cream?" And I'm like, "Stop it!" I get it. But yeah. So I'm very excited for that.
Cool.
That is definitely that second favorite universe there. So yeah, it's love it. And the movies were amazing. You're absolutely right. They're absolutely amazing. Like there's very few, like I don't know that there's any other book that I read or movie that I watched that like the characters like that I imagined in my head just came to life. Like that's exactly what was in my brain. Like it was, so incredible.
Yeah.
So sweet. Well, I don't have as much geeky stuff going on right now. My son and I actually did pull out the Pokemon cards and then actually decided to like, do we want to go down this path? And which ended up leading us to pulling out actually all of the Magic cards. So I think we've got to I don't know if you ever messed with Magic the Gathering, but I got wrapped up in that a while back. Actually, my nephew was in the hospital for 9 months waiting for a heart transplant, and he couldn't leave because if he would have left, he got off the list, the transplant list. Yeah. So I would go up there after work, and we played Magic for 2-3 hours.
Oh, that's awesome!
Sitting in his hospital room. So it was kind of fun. So we started pulling those back out, and we might be diving back in. Which talk about like a drain to your wallet. Like, do you know how much is a pack of Magic cards or Pokemon cards? It's like $5 or $6 or something like that, and you can like spend like not that I've dropped $100 at one time, but you can spend like $100 in like 4 or 5 visits to the store. Like, where did it all like? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember the Pokemon phase. Like. Oh yeah. It was serious. I don't understand.
How is it that I couldn't remember like a history lesson in school, but like I'm like watching my son right now, same thing. Like you can't remember something for the quiz, but he has every single Pokemon memorized, all their stats, everything. So it's crazy. So cool. Well, you had a lot of cool stuff coming up. And Luke, really, nothing nerdy or
nothing,
geeky.
Luke? Nothing.
Nothing going on right now. No, just, my kids are older, so waiting on like graduation parties and kids coming home from college and stuff like that. And so schedule's pretty booked for May and June. So nothing too much coming up.
June, we're going to Universal and Disney, I think.
That's awesome.
So we're going to get some Harry Potter on and potentially get back over to Star Wars. So
sweet.
Nice.
Hoping so.
Nice. Cool. I will read Todd's because he did write here in the show notes for his Cantina chat. He finished God's Secret Missions. It's spelled with a K. Secret Missions. Oh, by Tom DeLonge. Oh, this is like his alien stuff. Okay. So I guess he finished that book. And then he has here Pete Lavenda. Is that maybe somebody else that wrote the book?
Josh don't know Pete. Don't look.
Do you know this person?
I wish Todd was here. I'd love to hear how he's been.
No. This is Josh. It's getting late, so he's getting goofy. So we got to pull the cord on him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's it. It's good. Yeah. I'm gonna bust out some clown jokes pretty soon.
And then C2E2 is happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right. C2E2 just passed. I saw Todd was there. Phantom Menace, obviously, he's going to watch, and then he's got his May 4th troops.
Nice.
So what's May?
So
where's
he will be busy this weekend.
He's doing.
Do you know where he's trooping at? Oh, the 5K. Yeah,
the 5K.
You should meet up with us.
Yeah, you should just come down to.
Just take a quick 13-hour drive.
I'm talking to you,
Josh. I got to figure out who Pete is.
Carla, I would expect you to come from Jersey for a Kankakee 5K. Because Kankakee a city limit is like 16,000 people or something.
Oh, okay.
So
It's worth it.
Yeah,
It's worth
it.
It's worth it.
No.
He's an American author. Okay.
See, like I said, we
Secret
got
Machines.
Josh.
Okay, so Secret Machines was actually
wrote him off the island.
Oh, Tom and Pete wrote Secret Machines.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
right.
okay. That's what I thought, but then I was like, it's just randomly written. I was like,
And it is with a K.
oh,
That's
okay.
not a typo.
Okay.
Cool.
I can sleep.
Cool.
All right.
Well,
I'm out.
all right. Well, I'm gonna just put a little stamp on this episode. So we'll just send ourselves out here. So thank you everybody for listening to another episode of WSTR Galactic Public Access. You can find a bunch of us here on the socials. Aaron at Aaron Julian, myself at Carla Marie Jack, Heather at Hawk Awesome, and Todd at Tizod. And we are part of the Red 5 Network, a network of great Star Wars podcasts. And of course, our handle is at WSTR Media. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Do you guys have socials that you would want people to know about? Yes, no, maybe not.
Sure, I'm on X at Shy Bears Fan 1977. So, because I'm a big Bears fan,
There you go.
being from Chicago.
Yep, I'm there too. I'm at the same handle.
No, you're not.
Oh no, but I'll piggyback off of his. But sweet.
There you
Cool.
go.
All right. So you can comment, tweet, rate us on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. We'll send you some swag. You can retweet or email us a screenshot of the rating, and we will read it on the next podcast. Of course, you can catch our back catalog of episodes at podcast.wstrmedia.com. Check out our merch store at store.wstrmedia.com. And if you're interested in supporting us, you can always go to our Patreon website as well at patreon.com/WSTRmedia. Thank you to everybody hanging out in the YouTube chat. It was great to talk about all things Phantom Menace, and I hope everybody gets to get a rewatch in at some point, if not this weekend, then this month. And yeah. So again, if you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at mailbox@wstrmedia.com, or you can leave us a voicemail at 630-557-WSTR. That's 630-557-9787. And next week, we are going across the galaxy, and we're celebrating the 40th anniversary of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So
Nice.
be sure to check in for that one. All right.
Awesome.
So I don't know if you guys know how we close this out.
Nope.
Oh,
No? Maybe? Okay. Ready? Now this is podcasting. I've never done that alone before.
Oh, there you go. You did amazing.
Yeah. All right.
Sweet. It's been a blast.
And we're good.
Nice meeting you, Carla.
Yes, you guys too. I can't hit stop recording, so I don't know what's going to happen. I have to tell